So, you moved out from El Salvador. Did you ever expect like you were going to become like almost the person that other like wrestlers, especially who are Latina, to like kind of look up and inspire you at any point? Like, did you ever think that was ever going to happen? Because I know there was at one point where, it's not necessarily the same thing, but I remember Osprey at one point. I'm autistic, and he never thought, him being autistic, people who have that would look up to him as like kind of a bastion of hope. Have you ever gotten to that point yet where people are like, you inspire me, and this is why I do what I do because of you, you know?
Yes, in so many different aspects of it, right? I'm not just inspiring little girls to be professional wrestlers, right? But uh, m- my journey and what I'm doing in professional wrestling is not just for me; it's for a lot of people. I'm fighting for the women that couldn't get out of El Salvador. I'm fighting for my friends who couldn't do this. Um,
No.
so and like I said, I when I first started wrestling, I never thought that I was going to achieve the things that I did, mainly because whenever you grow up, like where I grew up from in El Salvador, right, the kids, us, we had a lot of dreams. Children, it's, have dreams and they want to do everything, right? And but in El Salvador, or at least around the time that I grew up, we will quickly notice our surroundings and realize, I don't think we were going to be able to do this. Or I don't know how to describe, just because poverty and stuff like that.
It gets you down,
It's
yeah.
it yeah, it sets your mind, and especially children in El Salvador at the time that I grew up in. Unfortunately, a lot of these kids had to grow up really fast. They had to be um almost like our childhoods were taken from us because we have to watch out for
Yeah,
a
you
lot
had to
more.
survive. You had to
Yeah,
survive.
it was very survival mode a lot of the times. And so I remember when I was a kid, I was like, I want to do this, but then I would look at our surroundings, and not just me, right, but like my family, my cousins, my
Everybody,
sister,
yeah.
our friends, and this is the kids having this conversation. And we would say, I'm like, yeah, we would look around our neighborhood, and I was like, yeah, there's no way we're gonna do this, right? And getting out of that mentality sometimes when you engrave it at a such young age, I think I carried it all throughout. And like I said, now that I'm an adult, right, I was like, I think I can do this, maybe I should try, right? And then once I tried it, I was like, I want to keep going, I want more. So I slowly broke out of that mentality
That mentality, yep.
to
Yeah.
where now I'm like, I feel so unstoppable now, like where I've realized how much I can do and what I can do now. I feel like, yeah, like, it's, that little girl, it's growing now, and like, yeah, like you were saying, I never thought I was going to be responsible for this, and now so many um women and stuff like that uh look at me and said, oh my god, you inspire me. I never thought I could do this, I never thought I could do that. You inspire me to, like, my sister. Right now my sister wants to get a scooter now and go to the park and ride a scooter, right?
Yeah.
Little things like that where I'm like, I'm an adult, I can pick up a
So
new
it
hobby. I'm like, yes, you can.
so
Like,
you
I'm doing
you
it.
basically inspired them to basically do things that are just normal for everybody else. Like you inspired them like if she could do it, I could do what I want to do, damn it. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, not
Wow.
you said it
Yeah.
there, because like I said, I live very
Yeah.
wild, like a wild life, right? When I tell people, just go to like, go to the park, go on a hike. So
Yeah.
people see me doing that, and they're like, hey, I found a new trail, I went on a hike and it felt great. So
So you're like
mm,
definitely inspiring people. Like it breaks my heart because I've heard so many stories like that where like some people just like get beaten down by life, and I feel like for some of those people, I feel like they've been through just hearing this story from like a tenth of what you went through. So like to hear that, uh, I'll say this much: what you're doing is awesome. Uh, like I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but like uh, shit, like that it got me choked up a bit.
Oh,
Try to keep it together, not try to
Well,
be Snappy James here, but
all
like
right, come
that.
on
It's all
now.
good, James. Breathe,
Oh
bro.
man,
Breathe.
like that
Leave, leave
that
it,
was
leave it to
really cool.
James to recognize what basically is called an unsung hero, where
Yeah,
recognition in itself is a self validation for
that
the person that is doing it versus those that she is encouraging in doing it.
yes,
Again, God bless you for all that.
for
thank
real.
you so much. Yeah, yeah, and honestly, I'm just being myself.
Yeah,
I'm
Well,
That's all I'm doing, and now I have a little bit of a platform and a bigger audience to where
yeah,
they see my my crazy adventures and stuff like that, and they're like, so the positions wrestlers are, we're inspiring more than people to get into pro wrestling or just entertain them with their work. But now, like I said, like, yeah, go on a hike, go on a walk, go do this, go do that. And it happens with, like I said, with even with my family, and where they're like, oh, you know what, I kind of like the lifestyle you're living, I
yeah.
think I'm gonna go out and do that too. And I'm like, yeah, do
Sometimes
it.
I think sometimes the best motivation you can give somebody is to just do that. Authenticity sells. I think now
Yes.
more than ever, man. So many people try to be fake or try to be politically correct. Some people just need to be real, and I feel like you're real. Genuine, I
Thank
do. I
you.
feel
Yeah.
like you're super freaking real. Now, I'm not saying not every. By the way, let me clarify. Also, I'm not saying everything politically correct is bad. Lord knows I've dealt with some crap. But you know, it, it just authenticity in how you are is needed more. Today in today's day and age. I think that's not
Thank
just
you.
true for you. I think that's true for everybody. And I think that sometimes you need to see somebody else living their best life to get inspired to live your best life.
I agree. I completely agree. And I agree. Like I said, a lot of people, sometimes we wait, because I used to be that person where I was like, I had to plan a trip months in advance, weeks in advance. I had to, uh, you know, like when you go on vacation, right? It's like you got to prepare, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then
And you
I
need a
was like,
vacation from the vacation.
and then, yeah, and then exactly, because it's so stressful. And then
Yep.
I think at one point I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna pack my goes and see where I go. And then it's been amazing, and I started to live it like a little more. Like I said, it's life is short, and we're here for a little moment. I'm like, enjoy it, enjoy everything, because, like, with wrestling and how busy our schedules are, um we are in so many different states and so many different cities, and we're always going and going and going. And then I realized, out of the 50 states, I've wrestled in 20. I've been in 5 different countries. I don't know how many cities I've been in. And then I had a moment where I was like, yeah, I don't remember if I was here or not. I don't remember if I did
Yeah.
anything or not, and I feel like every city and town has their own secret gem. So sometimes, even if I have that 1 hour or 2 hours, I was like, let me go figure it out. Let me go see what I can find. Let me do this. I was like, I can sleep on the plane. It's fine. Like, but I'm not gonna. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to be in this city or in this town again. So I've always trying to look for those little things, uh, in everywhere that I go and places that I go, and it's been so rewarding. Um, and it's made me appreciate life a lot more. And the fact that it's through my job that I get to do this, it's
Yep.
I can't, it doesn't get better than that.